Are you looking for some great indie podcasts to listen to? Check out the Pod Nation list on podchaser.com, where you can find a list of great indie podcasts, get links to their official websites, and even listen to some of their episodes without needing to create an account or log in. Here's an example of one of the great indie podcasts you can find on Pod Nation.
Hello everybody, I'm Ross and What's the Crack?
And I'm Rob, and this is our podcast, I Understood That Reference.
We cover all corners of the pop culture spectrum, including movies, comics, which is my favourite, games, and everything in between.
With their own unique mix of games, trivia, a little insight, all wrapped up in Irish accents.
And of course, the tin whistle.
So get up them stairs and download this podcast into your ears.
I'm Ross.
And I'm Rob.
And this has been I Understood That Reference. Available on Spotify, SoundCloud, Podchaser, and wherever else decent podcasts are available.
Yay!
So once again, for some great indie podcasts, check out the Pod Nation list on podchaser.com.
Hello, we're back for another episode of Better Than Robin Hood. Can you believe it's been almost 2 weeks since we've done one of these?
2 weeks?
I know. Can you believe it?
No.
The fans have been knocking at the door like, where the hell have you been?
We've been moving.
We've been moving and we're still doing it, and it's a bloody nightmare. If you're thinking of moving house, just don't. If you've got like a 2-bedroom house and 4 kids, just don't do it. Just give them bunk beds. Make them live in the garden. Just stay where you are. It's too much bloody stress. Never move. Always stay. That's what I say. Even if there's like a flood, just stay where you are. Yeah.
Yes.
How are you anyway?
I'm good, dear.
Yeah, good?
Yeah.
Well, I'd say what you've been up to, but we've been together all week.
We have.
Together, driving each other mad, moving boxes. Yeah. Well, never mind. We did have a short break to watch 1987's The Untouchables.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll get to later. Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Will it be better than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
We'll see.
Yeah. I also, I've been quite busy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. As well as moving, I found time to go on Oprah with Jim Carrey.
Oh, wow.
And Oprah Winfrey, yeah. I mean,
Oprah and Jim Carrey.
You don't turn down an opportunity like going on Oprah. And
no.
I mean, I get a bit protective of Oprah because I fancy her a bit.
She is nice, though.
Yeah, I feel like she'd be quite good in the sack. So I'm always a bit jealous if I feel like someone else is doing well with her. And this, I think, might have carried over a bit into Jim Carrey and I's interactions while we were on Oprah's couch.
Oh, okay.
So let's listen to that interview then.
You know, whenever I walk out here, Oprah, I get sensitive.
Well, relax, Jim, relax. Wait, get off Oprah.
Stop it! I'm not afraid to lick you.
Well, you don't need to lick anyone. I mean, why did you lick Oprah?
But it just made me feel better.
Well, stop it. Do you often lick women you meet? Other women in Hollywood? Have you identified your next licking target?
So they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Oh, God. And what else have you been up to today?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million.
Visualization works if you work hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can't just visualize and then, go eat a sandwich.
Well, that's bollocks. Visualization had nothing to do with it. He just said he got a job by working hard, not by visualizing it. And Jim hasn't worked in a while.
Right, having directors interested in me.
If you say so, mate.
It's really important in these times that we laugh.
He just tells you to laugh and you laugh. No wonder he's got $10 million. He just admitted to sexual harassment.
No foul, whatever you want to do, but
That's not how it works. I hope you use a condom at least.
and I put it in my wallet, and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff. And
buy more then, not just one. I mean, you can't reuse them. Anyway, do you have any other sexual kinks? I mean, do you film yourself having sex? Don't nod, Jim. This is audio. What do you say to someone to get them to agree to that?
I got this camera, which I really want to use out here, because I like to document my life.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. What are you like in private?
Really effeminate.
That's not that surprising. Have you got any more Hollywood insights for us, Jim?
I have a new rule in my life, and that is I only act in the movies.
You only act in the movies. Well, that's it, is it? Why are you eating all this up? You too, Oprah. You're looking at him like you want to eat him. I mean, have you two been doing it? What's he said to you?
No, you said, I'm really good at sex. You said that.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we can all say that. I mean, is he good at sex? Jim, why do you think you...
Why do I think I'm good at sex?
Why do you...
Because I think if you can do nothing else right as a man, you better be good at sex.
Right, I've had enough of this pervert.
Grab my hair, right? You grab my hair, and Oprah, you get up,
Yeah?
and you're kneeing me in the face.
Well, that was what happened on Oprah.
All right. Didn't sound very good.
No, it happens a lot when I meet celebrities. It gets violent.
I know.
No, they seem to bring out the worst in me.
Do you think you're a violent man?
Well, I don't know. Maybe just around celebrities.
Maybe.
It's got to be the fifth or sixth one where we've ended up having some sort of row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's very odd.
Yeah, it is odd. I don't know what to do about it, really. I'm sure we'll find a way around
Well,
it.
I'm sure not everyone's going to be violent.
No, some people I got on really well with. Yeah. It'll be all right in the long run.
Yes, I think so.
I thought I'd add another quick section to the podcast
gosh,
as
what
well.
are we doing now?
this week. Well, because it's really popular, I think we'll do a quick bit of true crime section.
Right.
So I've got some theme music for that. True crime section. True crime section. Fred and Rose West, did they do it?
No. Oh, yes.
True crime section. They did. There we go. They did it. Okay, that's the true crime section.
I had to think who they were then. I was like, I thought it was made up for a second then.
Fred and Rose West.
You know, when you said we're going to do crime, I thought you'd made
True
it
crime.
up. Oh, true crime, yes.
It doesn't always mean they did it.
I should not zone out.
No, you should never zone out because you got to be on your toes at all times. Fred and Rose West might come and get you. I think they're dead.
I think they are dead now.
Anyway.
Awful people.
They were. Terrible. Oh, that was the true crime section.
Oh, right, okay.
There we go. This podcast has got everything.
I'm Mike Hall.
I'm Jim Harris.
I'm the fanboy.
I'm the hater,
Our podcast is The Fanboy and the Hater.
where we discuss the best
And worst,
in movies
TV.
and pop culture,
We are available on all major podcast platforms.
including Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, and many more.
Join us while we argue about the things that we love
Like Star Wars, superheroes, and science fiction.
and the things that we wish were better.
Like Star Wars, superheroes, and science fiction.
So tune in to The Fanboy and the Hater.
We would be honored if you would join us. It is your destiny.
Well, as I mentioned, as well as flying to America and researching that true crime section of the podcast,
Yes.
we found time to watch The Untouchables from 1987.
I quite like this film.
I liked it too. We asked some of the podcasts that are part of the Pod Nation list and what they thought about the movie on Twitter. The fanboy and the hater said they really enjoyed Sean Connery's little rant about Al Capone.
Yes.
You want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. Beautiful. Doesn't get any better than that from Connery.
No, when he speaks like that, I think of him as James Bond.
Well, yes, here's your Bond. Liar. Coffin Car says she can only remember the baby carriage scene, and that's all she can remember about the movie.
Oh, yeah, in Grand Central
It's hardly
Station.
surprising, yeah.
That's a good scene, that.
It's a brilliant scene. I understood that reference podcast also mentioned the baby carriage scene and reminded me
Oh, yeah.
there's a really funny parody of it in one of the Naked Gun films. Is Frank Drabin's in the middle of a gunfight and there's like 15 of these baby carriages going up and down the stairs. He's got to keep grabbing
Oh,
them.
I've not seen that one.
I think we'll have to watch that at some point. Naked
I'm not
Gun.
a big fan of the Carry On movies.
It's not a carry-on movie, it's Naked Gun.
Oh, Naked Gun, yeah.
Even better.
Oh, yeah, Naked Gun's alright.
Yeah. Sean Connery's performance gets a lot of love from Cage's Kiss, Year of Plenty, and Deep into History, and I have to wholeheartedly agree. Connery is amazing.
He is very good in it. It's a shame he gets brutally murdered.
Well, the movie's got a lot of love across the board. 82% score from critics on Rotten Tomatoes and 89% from audiences. So,
Alright.
It is, of course, directed by the great Brian De Palma, who's directed Carrie, Scarface, Bonfire of the Vanities, Carlito's Way, Mission Impossible, Snake Eyes, The Black Dahlia, and Redacted. All brilliant movies.
We've seen Redacted, haven't we?
I don't know if you have. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's about the some troops raping someone in Iraq.
No, I've not seen that.
It's quite good. Check it out. Redacted by Brian De Palma. It stars Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, Andy Garcia, and Robert De Niro. It was nominated for a number of Academy Awards, and Sean Connery won Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, that's good.
Academy Awards for his role.
Yeah.
It grossed over a $75 million profit, and I assume it's still making money from being licensed out to this day.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins was supposed to play the role of Al Capone, but was replaced by Robert De Niro.
I like Robert De Niro as Al Capone.
He was very good. He did a lot of research to get into character,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah, but Bob Hoskins would probably been quite good as well. Brian De Palma still paid Bob Hoskins his initial fee for the movie of £20,000.
Oh, really?
Bob Hoskins replied by asking if there were any more films that Brian De Palma didn't want him to be in.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And there was a video game of this made for the ZX Spectrum. Yeah. I bet that was good. It also features this wonderful piece of music.
Which bit is this meant to be in?
So that's playing as we were first introduced to Al Capone. I think that sounds like the kind of music that would play in the lift of a porn set.
Yeah, that's very odd. I don't remember hearing that when the film was on.
It goes on for a really long time as well.
Yeah.
You're watching like the tea tray coming up to Al Capone's room.
Oh,
It's
right,
like
yeah.
one long tracking shot. It's quite a good shot, but yeah, it's just playing this really horrible music. It doesn't fit in with the rest of the movie at all.
You'd think more classical, wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah, because the rest of the movie's got apt score, I would say.
yeah.
Yeah, obviously De Palma really liked that piece. Yeah. Well, you can't always be right.
No, you cannot. I know
Fran.
what you're going to ask me now.
Describe the plot of The Untouchables.
Oh my god. So, Kevin Costner gets sent to this department as an internal treasurer investigator.
Treasury agent, yeah.
Yes. And then he's basically trying to get Al Capone because he's trying to get him for doing booze and cigarettes, because obviously back in that day you weren't allowed to have cigarettes. You're
booze. You're definitely allowed cigarettes.
Yeah, booze. So you weren't allowed booze, were you? Prohibition, wasn't
Prohibition.
it?
That's the word, yeah.
And then obviously he can't get him because he can't. He's too clever for him, Al Capone, isn't he, old Kevin Costner?
He sure is.
So then he has to like get him another way. So they start looking into his taxes. This little cool dude. Basically, they make like a group, don't they?
Yeah.
Like 4 people in this group.
Do you think that group had a nickname for that group?
Oh, what was it?
the Untouchables.
Oh yeah, that's it. I didn't get what?
It does kind of. It would be more fitting for that to be about Al Capone because he was untouchable.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why it was called Untouchable.
I think obviously that they probably include Al Capone in that as a broad thing.
Yeah, because they're not untouchable.
Everyone's
all 3 of them died. No, 2 of them died out of 4.
Spoilers.
I was like...
Yeah.
Anyway, they make this group up and they go after Al Capone. And basically, the more violent Al Capone gets, the more violent they get. Blah, blah, blah. And 2 of them die. And they eventually get him for tax evasion.
Yes.
And then they get him for the rest of the stuff.
They do. In the long run.
He ends up doing 34 years, doesn't he, or something in prison?
I think he died in prison, didn't he, Al Capone? Yeah. Probably should have done some research for
He probably lived on stakes, though, so he probably didn't die hard.
No. Well, yeah, I think you're confusing
I know,
that with Goodfellas.
Isn't that the same as Goodfellas?
He probably did have a lot of influence in jail, I would have thought.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about, some cops.
And his wife nearly gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About some cops trying to arrest Al Capone,
Yeah.
essentially. That is the movie. And it's very good.
It is very good.
What are some of your highlights?
The baby scene where the baby gets thrown down the stairs. Obviously not thrown down. The baby chair pram thing goes down the stairs.
Well, it is Costner's fault that pram goes down the stairs because he just sees the guy that he wants to arrest, and even though he's got hold of a baby carriage on a staircase, he just drops the baby carriage and starts shooting.
Well, no, it's because he has to have both hands on his gun, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, but you've got a baby. Just don't get into a gunfight.
At the end of the day, the woman who was trying to carry this bloody cot up the stairs, she should have not had so much shit with her.
The station was like semi-deserted.
Yeah.
She could have just carried her suitcases to the top of the stairs.
Then
gone and got
the
the baby carriage. Yeah.
It's not like anyone's going to nick your shit in that day and age, is it?
Not really, no. People were a bit more nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I thought it was a bit... She was just doing my head in. She just couldn't do anything.
It's a bloody exciting scene.
It is
all
really
in
good.
slow-mo. You got Andy Garcia flipping along the floor, throwing guns up at Kevin Costner.
Yeah, he does.
Lots of people get shot.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was an excellent scene.
And the man who did the books for Al Capone did not get killed.
They got their man. Yeah. Andy Garcia manages to shoot a guy in the head despite having a baby carriage on top of him and laying on the floor.
Yeah, he was a very good shot, though. That's why they got him, though,
He was
wasn't
a hot shot, and Andy Garcia, yeah. What a guy. What a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts off with a child being blown to pieces by a bomb. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, but it hammers home what a bum bag Al Capone was.
Yeah, because I thought Al Capone was all right, but... You know, I don't really know him obviously very well. I've never researched him, but I thought he was all right.
No,
he was a horrible man.
He killed a lot of people. Yeah, he was quite a violent man.
Well, he deserves to be in prison and die in prison.
Yeah. I mean, smuggling booze isn't really a crime.
Yeah, but all the other stuff he did.
But I suppose that's kind of the point, isn't it? Costner's like, well, I like a drink, but the law says that I've got to stop people's drinking, so that's what I'm going to do.
After they stopped the law, he went, I'm going to have a drink.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'd do as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. There's old-style reporters in a lot of scenes, which I like. I always enjoy old-style reporters.
Oh, yeah, there's that dude that always gets in the way, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm going to blow this case wide open. It's my story. Yeah, all got little hats with press written on them and things like that.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Flashbulb cameras. Yeah. You were a bit confused when Sean Connery appears because you're like, "Where's this movie set?" And I was like, "Chicago, obviously." But Sean Connery's just doing his normal voice.
Yeah, I was like, "Is he a British cop in Chicago?"
Yeah. But Connery never changes his accent. He tries it once in Hunt for Red October and doesn't even get through to the end of the film with the same accent.
He just keeps the same voice. That's why I was confused.
I never change my accent, even when I'm a dragon.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's Connery.
Yeah.
He's not there to do voices. He's there to act.
I suppose, yeah.
And he did win Best Supporting Actor.
He did.
So he obviously knows what he's doing.
Actor's voice.
I mean, it's not impossible for a Scottish person to move to America.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, most of Canada was originally settled by the Scottish.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned the porn music in the hotel and the excellent speech by Connery. You send one of his to the morgue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, yeah.
There's also Robert De Niro battering someone's head in with a baseball bat while they're all at dinner.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That's a really good scene.
Well, wasn't it because he was tattletaling on him?
He was stealing money, I think.
Yeah, or something like that,
something like
wasn't
that.
he?
Did something to piss off Al Capone.
Yeah. It was a good scene, that. I like that
really
scene.
well shot.
And they all just carried on dinner after,
Yeah,
didn't they?
you got the overhead shot of his blood spreading across the table. Yeah.
You'd have to throw that tablecloth away.
There's a really good impact of the bat as well.
Yeah, that made me feel a bit queasy.
Because that would really mess up your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, good scene. Elliot Ness, played by Kevin Costner, and his family. They're a right bunch of squares, aren't they?
Huh?
Really boring people.
Who?
Elliot Ness, Costner's character.
Oh, yeah.
His family, they're all like, oh, well, let's all have a pray.
That's what they were like back in those days, isn't it?
Yeah. But even when his wife's listening to what sounds like a pretty good sitcom on the radio, he's just like sat there thinking about Al Capone. He seems like a man who's very invested in his work.
Yeah. He always likes to work longer than he should.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do that. I do that, I think.
Yeah. At the start of the movie as well, I thought, oh, see, this might be the one because it's Kevin Costner and he's being all romantic.
Yeah.
But then you don't get a lot of his wife. In fact, his wife doesn't even have a name in the films.
No, just as
she's credited as Ness's wife.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
It's a bit mean, isn't it?
Yeah, because surely you could have just found out her real name and put that in the movie credits. Yeah. Maybe someone...
She does have a name.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He never says it, does he?
No.
No, so that's why she's just credited as Ness's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a shame.
What a shame.
Yeah.
She's been in loads of stuff, though.
Also, if you know what happened to Al Capone, a little subplot of them investigating him for tax evasion, it takes all the tension out of the movie because you know that they're going to get him for tax evasion.
Yeah, but you have to prove it, don't you?
Yeah, but most people, well, not most people, but a lot of people already know he got put in prison for tax evasion.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I liked the bit when someone comes to kill Kevin Costner's family, and then the rest of
that horrible man, isn't it?
The rest of the Untouchables arrive, and then for no reason at all, they all start jogging down the street.
Like, boom, boom.
In a line,
Yeah,
it was really funny.
Yeah.
They're like,
it's like a scene from a western.
Yes, just running in some direction for some reason. Yeah.
No car. There's definitely a car available. They all came in cars.
They'd come in two separate cars and then run away.
Yeah.
On foot. Yeah.
I thought that was quite funny.
That was a funny scene. And also, when they're in Canada, waiting to ambush some booze smugglers, Sean Connery is eating a giant Savoy.
Oh, yeah.
And then he stands really close to everyone. They go, oh, God, Sean Connery's Savoy breath right in your face.
Imagine the farts.
Imagine my Savoy. My meaty Savoy farts. Old man as well. I bet he drinks a lot of coffee and smokes a lot.
Oh.
So add that to Savoy. I bet his breath was rank. This is mentioned in, I think, the film Drill Bit Taylor, but there's a really good scene where Elliot Ness goes to challenge Al Capone to a fight in a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both getting held back by people, and they really look like they're glad someone's holding them back.
Yeah.
Both of them like, oh,
I don't
really want to fight.
Yeah, I thought they didn't really want to fight. They were just acting like they did.
Yeah, it's a good bit in Drill Bit Taylor where he's saying like, what you need's a good holdback guy. And then one of them tries it, doesn't he, with his mate holding him back, and the other bloke just beats the shit out of him. Yeah. It's good punch noises whenever someone gets punched.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really good meaty sounding hits.
They do that wrestling thing, don't they, where somebody claps when they get hit or something.
Oh, yeah, probably. Or it's just dubbed on at the end. But yeah. When Ness batters one of Al Capone's henchmen in the hotel lobby, it's a really good impact. The bloke goes down like a sack of shit.
He does, doesn't he? I remember that bit.
Well put together. Yeah. Connery's death scene goes on a very long time.
God, would you just die already? That's what I thought.
Felt like I was going to die before it ended.
He gets shot, doesn't he, in the doorway?
Shot like 40 times.
And I'm not being funny. If you're Sean Connery and you're an officer of the law, surely you'd think, oh, I know he's going to shoot me in a minute. I'll go around with a mirror.
Yeah, also, a guy snuck into your flat with a knife about to stab you.
Yeah.
And you've got a gun. Just shoot him straight away. Don't chase him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to go to prison for that.
He wouldn't have died then, would he?
No.
And he died. He did not die quick, did he?
And he's still alive when Kevin Costner finds him again.
And then he's like, What did he say to him in the end?
He's like, he's trying to tell him where the bookkeeper is, the man I've got to arrest. And
he's on the train.
Yeah, the train.
Yeah.
The train.
Yeah.
And then they do get the bookkeeper, but then Al Capone shoots him.
No, but that's not the real bookkeeper.
No, that was the fake one, yeah.
The fake one.
And then, that poor accountant gets killed in the lift.
Oh, well.
Then Kevin Costner chases the gunman onto a roof and then jumps through a doorway, dodges a bullet, then rolls off the roof.
Did he roll off the roof?
Yeah, but there's a scaffolding at the side, which luckily breaks his fall.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It looks
but
a bit...
he pushes the guy off in the end.
Oh, yeah, he throws him off the roof in the end, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way Costner would have known that scaffolding was there when he rolled off the roof.
Maybe he had a quickie peek.
Yeah, he must have had to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise that was a really bad strategy. Just hope there's scaffolding. Yeah.
You'd be up shit creek, wouldn't you?
You
Fall into
would.
your death.
Yeah. And that's all the highlights, all the best bits before they get Capone.
I did really enjoy this movie, actually. I did like it. Maybe I just like Kevin Costner.
I think that's it. You just like Kevin Costner and Kurt Russell.
I don't like Field of Dreams, though. Boring.
We might get that one up next. What's your favourite part of The Untouchables?
Oh, I would say, just for its gore value, is the bit where he hits the bloke at the dinner party.
The baseball bat scene.
Yeah, that is pretty gory.
Yeah. It's got to be that or the baby carriage gunfight.
Yeah, I like the baby. Yeah, the baby carriage gunfight is longer, isn't it? More to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would like to see that scene really sped up.
Oh yeah, with like
or just sped up enough so you see it happen in real time. Just be like loads of people getting shot. Because I don't think in real time you could shoot that many people that quickly while that baby carriage is running quickly down the stairs.
No, maybe we should speed it up.
I'm sure someone probably has already, but give me something to do.
And you could put some music over it.
Like Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Have the carriage go up and down the stairs a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, your favourite character?
Oh, I don't know. Who's yours?
I'd say Connery, but I love De Niro. But he's not in it enough, I think.
No.
More De Niro would have been better. But Andy Garcia's character's pretty cool too. I'm going to say Connery.
I'm going to say... Who's the really annoying guy in their group?
The accountant chap.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you like him the most.
No.
He just keeps coming in going, we can get it for tax evasion.
Oh, we know.
Yeah,
No,
do
not
that
him.
then.
I would say Mr. Al Pacino. Is it Al Pacino? What's his name?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Yeah, but he plays Al Pacino, doesn't he?
Al Capone.
Al Capone.
I'd love to see Robert De Niro play Al Pacino. That'd be
He
amazing.
just plays a really good baddie, doesn't he?
Plays a good gangster, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, him and the horrible man that he has do all his
Oh,
dirty
yeah.
work.
His henchmen are all good.
Yeah.
All,
I think his henchman, the main dude, is quite good.
they're all very creepy and nasty. Yeah. Yeah, there's no bad characters in it, really, I'd say. A very, very good movie. But is it better than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
I'm afraid not.
Oh!
However, I will give you 84%.
84. So not quite as good as Tango and Cash.
No, Tango and Cash was 82, wasn't it?
I thought you gave that 85.
Oh. Well, you can have 84.
84.
Yeah.
So it's up there with Tango and Cash. Yeah. I would say it's better than Tango and Cash.
No.
But maybe not quite as entertaining.
Yes.
It's quite long as well.
I don't think it was that long.
It doesn't feel its length because it's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing like boring in it.
I didn't go on my phone once during this film.
Oh, in that case, I'd say it's better than Tango and Cash. Well, you should say it's better than Tango and Cash.
No.
What, did you not go on your phone during Tango and Cash either?
Yeah, I did.
It's still not as good.
I've made my mind up now. You can't make me change it.
Okay, well, if it's not as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves,
just have to go for it.
we'll have to keep plugging away,
Yeah.
won't we? Okay. Well, on this day in history,
Oh.
well, Not actually the day of recording, but the day we were supposed to record, October the 26th, 1775, King George III addressed the UK Parliament, although it was probably just the English. No, it was the UK Parliament, to discuss the rebellion in the American colonies. George III was also quite famous for being mad, so let's give him a ring and see how he's doing.
We're going to ring a madman.
We're going to ring... He's a king.
King George III.
King George III.
Isn't he the one who smelt really bad?
That was Henry VIII, wasn't it?
Oh, did he have the leg ulcers, Henry VIII?
Henry VIII had leg ulcers,
Oh, yeah.
The ulcers were quite common then because their diets were all terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know how King George III smelled. You can ask him what he smells like if you know. Because let's fire up that time phone.
Okay.
Oh, what is this device?
Hello, Mr. King George III.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, marvellous. What can I do for you, Tube?
Can we ask you some questions?
Of course. Questions from the Tube are always welcome.
This is actually called a telephone.
Oh, wonderful.
So, good morning, Your Majesty. How are you today?
Oh, marvellous, thank you. I was just saying to Mr. Branch what wonderful weather we've been having.
Isn't that weird how the English always talk about the weather?
Oh, yes, it is. Raining cats and dogs.
Who is Mr. Branch?
He lives in my wardrobe and tells me what to wear every day. It keeps me informed as to what my shoes are plotting. Shoes are treacherous. Not like coats. Coats are loyal as geese.
What makes you think geese are loyal?
Geese are the most loyal of all my subjects, and this is why I always keep one of their eggs in my underwear. Then I can be certain that I have a loyal subject close to me at all times, and then when the clock strikes 6 in the evening, I hurl an egg into the nearest pond and shout, Eureka!
Aren't you concerned about the situation in America?
Well, Mr. Branch certainly is, and Mrs. Case, who lives in my hair. She advises me on how much gravy to pour into it each day. As for the American colonies, well, I think that they are revolting. Did you hear what I said, did you? I said they were revolting because they're in revolt against us. Oh, very good, very good. I'll put that little pun into my speech.
Wow, that's a very wonderful joke. What else were you planning on doing today?
Well, I am king, and therefore I am very busy with matters of state and counting my goose eggs and making hair gravy, but I'll probably be doing these things as well. Trying to shake hands with a tree because I think it's the King of Prussia. Never travelling further than 100 miles. Pretending Napoleon is very short. Looking after my 15 children. Taking a holiday in Weymouth. Repealing the stamp tax. Giving half my income to charity. Watching my sons rack up gambling debts. And playing with my blue urine.
Wow, that's quite a day. One more question.
Yes?
How do you smell?
Of geese shit.
And eggs.
And eggs, of course.
Well, that's quite a day you've got planned there. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. Goodbye. Well, he was nice, wasn't he? He was. Yeah. Mad, perhaps.
Was he really mad then?
Well, yeah. Famously, the madness of King George. Yeah.
Is it because he didn't drink enough water?
Maybe. It was interesting to hear all of those things he had planned for that day, because those were all things that I knew about King George III. Yeah, he had blue urine.
Why?
Apparently some disease that makes your urine
So he
turn
was
blue.
just riddled with disease.
But no, he had a disease that they treated at the time with some blue flower, like herb, which turned his piss blue.
All right.
But they thought like he'd gone...
Still managed to procreate, didn't he?
15 times. He had 15 children.
Wow. I bet they all went mad, didn't they?
Gave half his income to charity.
Did he?
Which at the time seemed quite kooky.
Yeah. Now people do it all the time.
Yeah, and his sons were, massive gamblers and playboys.
All right.
Blackadder, the third, isn't it?
Oh,
that's his son.
That makes sense.
The mad King George's son was also called George, yeah. And he was put in charge of the country whenever the king's madness was a little bit too much.
But he was mad as well.
Well, he is in Blackadder. I don't know if he was in real life. But he was like, a playboy and a gambler and a bit of a tool, really.
Oh, right. Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. You've had history, you've had true crime, you've had celebrity interviews.
Yes.
Yeah. My God, we've had movie chat.
I'll be ready for the true crime question next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I quite enjoyed our chat about the Wests. You seem to cast doubt on whether it was them.
Well, it is them.
Maybe
I
we'll
thought you made
investigate.
it up for a minute.
I wouldn't make up the Wests.
No.
Anyway, we can obviously be found on Twitter and Instagram at
Yes.
Robin Hood Pod. You're on Twitter as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. What's
F.
your handle?
Langhelt.
F. Langhelt.
I think that's
Langhelt
it.
is spelt Lang.
HELT.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch by email, you can also email me. I'm at petelanghelt30@gmail.com. Langhelt spelt Lang.
HELT.
HELT. You can also now find us on the Pod Nation list on Podchaser. There's 40 great podcasts on there. We've added some promos into this episode for I Understood That Reference, Coffin Cast, and Fanboy and the Hater. If you're listening on the Pete and Fran podcast on Podbean, then that will only be up there until January. So come on to Anchor, Apple Podcasts, any of the major podcast platforms, and subscribe to Better Than Robin Hood. Thanks to people who've left us some feedback this week. Thanks to Mac2004 on YouTube for your lovely feedback on Cruising with Columbus. A big thank you to Beaver Does Movies, Matt Watson, For Your Reference, ODPH, and you've all left lovely reviews on Podchaser for us. We love feedback. We've had loads of nice comments about our Baking with Bean episode.
Maybe we should bake with someone else.
Who's baking with all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Well, in the coming weeks, we've got a lot of exciting things coming up because we're going to be watching every single Star Wars movie.
I thought we agreed. Just the new Harrison Ford ones.
But then that's not going to give us enough weeks.
Okay.
So we're watching every single not every single Star Wars movie. We won't be watching Rogue One or Solo. We'll be watching the episodic ones.
Oh, I thought we were going to watch.
We can do bonus episodes on the other ones.
I just need to watch the one before we watch the one on the December the...
Yeah, that's the point. We're going to run up until the release of Rise of Skywalker, and then we'll see if Rise of Skywalker's better than Robin Hood.
All right, then.
Yeah. So it's going to be a Star Wars season running up till the end of the year.
Okay.
How exciting for
Very
everyone.
exciting.
Sorry if you don't like Star Wars, but we'll try and have lots of fun with other things as well. It won't just be Star Wars.
Write the Star Wars in sequence so I know them.
You could just look at the DVDs we've got on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, big thanks to all our listeners. Lovely feedback, as I said. Downloads are steadily rising. Not quickly, but steadily, and that's what matters. Tell your friends.
And tell your friends.
Or just download it on multiple platforms.
We don't do that.
No, there's no point. Yeah. No, not us. I mean them.
Oh,
they can all download it 5 times from different things.
Oh, yeah, but there's no point.
No, there isn't, because that doesn't actually prove anything, does it?
No.
That's just inflating the figures. That's cooking the books. That's what Al Capone did. That would make you Al Capone. But what you could do is leave us a nice review on Apple Podcasts. That's really helpful if you could do that.
I think it helps being on Apple.
It certainly does. Everyone's messing with the Apple now.
Yeah.
Everyone's grappling with the appling.
They've got that new Apple TV as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
The morning show. I really want to watch that.
Yeah, but apparently a lot of that's going to go on normal telly as well.
Yeah, which thank goodness is going to happen. Yes.
It's good. Yeah, anyway, so we got
Thank
time
you
for
very
this week. Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next time when we'll be watching The Phantom Menace.
Is that the first one?
It's episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Yeah, the worst Star Wars film ever made.
All right, then.
All right, we'll be back next week then. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
It is the one thing that unites all living things and divides them at the same time. It is both freeing and paralyzing. It is the end of pain and the beginning of pain. In Coffin Cast, I seek to shine a light in the darkest of all places that we all will face, death. A mix of true crime, strange and bizarre death stories with a hint of education, and sometimes humor mixed in. Hosted by me, Kristen, with new episodes every Monday at 8 a.m. Central. Available wherever you listen to podcasts.
So once again, for some great indie podcasts, check out the Pod Nation list on podchaser.com.